Welcome back to This Week at ISU. I'm your host, Whitney Milbrooks. This week we have Women's History Month celebrations, Health and Social Services Career Fair, and more. This Week at ISU starts right now. Women's History Month started with a celebration with multicultural services and programs. Candace Olusala spoke about empowering others to live for a purpose, mental health, and personal growth. Olusala is a certified life coach, content creator, writer, pharmacist, and social and health equity advocate. Let's hear more from her.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about intersectionality, we're going to touch on some women's history, and then talk a little bit about some DEI stuff and how all these things are pervasive in our world, whether we realize it or not, whether we want to realize it or not. But there's so many things that make women in particular special to the fabric of the world that we can celebrate it, whether we're well known or we're just that mom that we know from down the street who's impacted our lives, that there's so much that women offer, and we're going to unpack some of that today and hopefully see some stories come up as well. I think especially with what's going on in our country today, I think it's really important for students to remember that when you're walking down the street, policy doesn't affect your interactions with people. People affect your interactions with people. So to remember that policies are going to be there, but your heart, your soul, the care that you have towards other people is what's going to drive the society where it needs to be. So to remember to see people at who they are from the inside, not at what policies put into place to make you think who they are. Get personal, get relational, and remember that you're always going to have those opportunities, whether you're here in the university or you leave this university and impact the world wherever the world takes you.
ISU Preview Day gathered potential students to explore the opportunities we have to offer. Various organizations around campus tabled to showcase their programs and how you could get involved with them. Student media, Miss ISU, and other orgs and academic departments all attended. American Democracy Project invited students and the community to Women's History Month Civil Engagement Panel. Katie Luger, Carly Schmidt, Laurel Tincher, and Janie Myers spoke on how to be more involved in the community and civic engagement. Here's more from ADP's president.
So our event here today was our International Women's Day panel event. We chose to have it because there's a lot of great politically active, civically active women in Terre Haute that a lot of people might not know about, a lot of great organizations that women are a part of that we wanted to highlight and sort of let them hear the voices of these amazing women doing the great work they're doing in Terre Haute. Well, I think that getting civically involved in the community is just a really important thing for students in general, especially finding out, like you could find about opportunities you might want to be involved in with the Pride Center or the League of Women Voters. There's just a lot of great opportunities, and just being involved, like knowing what's going on, just being involved, civically engaged student is really important. We actually have an event, it's a little ways out, but we have an event on April 22nd. It's going to be, I believe, in DD2 from 6 to 8, kind of like this one. It'll be our Earth Day event. We're going to have a speaker coming in. We're going to have a bunch of fun activities. It'll be a great time.
Health and Social Services Career Fair was hosted by the Career Center and presented students with another opportunity to make connections and network with companies looking for interns and employees.
Sure, so this is our Health and Social Services Career Fair. So we have about 70 different employers here who are hiring folks really across discipline, but a little bit more focused around the health spaces. So though they still need sales and marketing, they're really looking for nurses, physical therapists, occupational therapists, social work, those types of positions. Anytime you can network with folks, right, in industries that you're thinking about, it just helps further inform that, right? So if you think you want to go into one field, maybe you have a conversation and that kind of helps carve your path one way or the other. It can affirm what you are already thinking, or maybe it can open your mind to some different possibilities. So we have on March 19th, after spring break, we have an education fair. So it's our education extravaganza. Again, hire across discipline, but really focused on those kind of teachers being in training. And then we have an internship boot camp. So that is for any student that is thinking about an internship, doesn't know about an internship, or has to do an internship. And so we're having several sessions on what does it mean to do an internship, why would you want to do one, and then we'll hear from students and employers who are doing it right now. Come out and see us. So if you're intimidated, my name is Carrie. We have lots of staff here that would love to just kind of walk you through what a fair experience is like, and we'd be happy to make those connections one-on-one.
Chloe Selma Martin's Master of Fine Arts exhibitions, All Things That Are, showcases a series of pieces that encourages viewers to further question the nature of perception. Their work focuses on elements like shape and tone to form a connection with the surrounding world. While at the gallery, viewers were asked to observe and reflect in the created environment. Mocktails and Mario Karts was held in the Linda Eldridge Center for a tasty treat and a fun game. Students had the chance to de-stress from midterms while experiencing a game of Mario Karts.
This event that we're hosting with the Self Office is Mocktails and Mario Karts based on sexual assault awareness prior to spring break and alcohol awareness. Theta Chi Fraternity and the Self Office are looking to have 2 more events later in this semester. One will be Women's History Month and one will be the Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Now let's take a look at Indiana State Info and what opportunities the campus has to offer. Here's Abby Carter with Health Minute.
Hey Sycamores, welcome back to Health Minute. I'm Abby Carter. This week we are discussing e-cigarettes. With vaping still popular among teens and young adults, being the most used tobacco product in American youth, it is important to understand the risks of using e-cigarettes and vapes. First of all, a common misconception is that vapes are much safer to use compared to regular cigarettes. While they are less harmful, they cause risks in different ways. Cardiovascular disease, scarring in airways, and mental health issues are all risks of partaking in vaping. Addiction is a disease within itself and can cause psychological effects like depression, anxiety, and dependency. This can cause everyday irritability, low moods, and in more serious cases, psychosis. Young adults and youth use vapes and e-cigarettes more than any other tobacco product in the U.S. 5.9% of students use these products, which is almost 2 million. Live Vape Free is a texting service available for all those struggling with addiction and wanting to quit or reduce their habits. Those who are 13 to 26 years old can text Vape Free to 873-373 or visit livevapefree.com. Thank you for joining us, and check back next week for more healthy tips and tricks. Back to the studio.
Now over to Graham Edwards with the weather.
Hey Sycamores, I hope you're ready for a great spring break, with temperatures ranging from the low 70s to the mid 40s, and chances of rain towards the end of the week. Have a great break, Sycamores, and back to you at the studio.
Let's check out CJ Cooper for sports.
Welcome back to Sports Corner. I'm your host, CJ Cooper. History made, records shattered, and dominant performances across the board. Indiana State Athletics had a championship-worthy weekend. From the pool, to the track, to the hardwood, the Sycamores delivered in a big way. Let's dive into all the action. Indiana State's swimming and diving team made waves, literally by capturing their first ever Missouri Valley Conference championship. The Sycamores fought off strong competition from Southern Illinois and Missouri State, securing the title behind standout performances from Clara Parsons, Jessica Lopez, and the 400-yard freestyle relay. Lopez was a force on the boards, winning both diving events and earning MVC Diver of the Year. And let's not forget head coach Josh Christine was named MVC Coach of the Year, a historic win for the Sycamores in just their 8th year as a program. Track and field. Indiana State track and field teams continued their dominance at the MVC Indoor Championships. The women's team claimed their 3rd conference title in 4 years, scoring 123 points to outlast Illinois State. Meanwhile, the men's team secured a strong 2nd place finish, making it 5 straight years in the top 2. The Sycamore sprinters stole the show, with Rachel breaking the MVC championship record in the 60 meters hurdles with a blazing 8:19 seconds. Kasey Hood Jr. put on a sprinting clinic, taking home the gold in both the 60-meter and the 200-meter. And the Sycamores piled up points in multiple events, proving once again why they are a powerhouse on the track. Let's go! Men's basketball. Indiana State wrapped up their regular season with an offensive explosion, dropping 95 points in a big win. Samaj Till led the charge with 20 points and 6 assists, while Aaron Gray dominated inside with a double-double, 18 points and 11 rebounds. Kent Wagner was on fire from deep, hitting 6 threes for his 18 points. The Trees shot nearly 60% from the field, their second best mark of the season, as they now set their sights on the postseason. Let's go. Women's basketball. Despite a career-high 19 points from Mia Simpson, the Sycamores fell to Evansville, 79-68. Simpson stuffed the stat sheet with 6 rebounds and 6 assists, while Kessler Seekers added 10 points. Savannah White was a force on the boards with 10 rebounds. The Sycamores battled, but Evansville early scoring proved too much to overcome. It's been a weekend to remember for Indiana State, with championship celebrations, record-breaking performances, and the statement wins. The Sycamores are making noise across multiple sports, and the best may be yet to come. Indiana State Athletics is firing on all cylinders. Please stay tuned. Don't forget to support our athletes. See you out on the field and in on the court. Check back next week for more sports updates. Back to you in the studio.
That's all the time we have this week. If you would like to get involved with Sycamore Video, or if you have any events that you would like for us to cover, send us an email at isu-sycamorevideo@indstate.edu. Check us out on our Facebook page at Sycamore Video-ISU Student Media or Sycamore Video on YouTube. See you next week, Sycamores.